There are 5 suburbs in Houston growing faster right now than almost anywhere else in the entire metro. And one of them is absolutely exploding right now with new communities, new construction, and new development popping up in every direction. We're talking about areas where home values have surged significantly since 2020 and where demand is still climbing heading into 2026. And here's the reality. If you're thinking about living in Houston or investing here, the biggest mistake that you can make is waiting too long to get into the right area, because in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 5 fastest growing suburbs in Houston, what's actually driving that growth, and most importantly, what it means for home values moving forward. Now, over the past several years, my team and I have helped hundreds of families relocate to Houston. So whether you're a homeowner watching your equity, an investor looking for the next opportunity, or planning your next move, this is exactly what you need to know before you decide where to buy. And we're starting with the suburb that's setting the pace for growth across the entire Houston area. Now let's start with the suburb that is quietly turning into one of the most powerful growth stories in the entire Houston area, Fulshear. And I'm telling you right now, if you haven't looked at Fulshear recently, you're already behind, because what used to feel like a small country town is now transforming into one of the most desirable places to live on the west side of Houston. Now let me paint the picture for you. Fulshear sits about 30 to 40 miles west of downtown Houston, right along FM 1093 corridor near FM 359. And that location is everything, because you're far enough out to get space, quiet, and breathing room, but still close enough to Katy and West Houston to access major shopping, dining, medical centers, and major employment hubs without feeling disconnected. And this is where Fulshear really separates itself. It gives you that small town, almost country feel, but layered with modern master plan community living. We're talking about communities like Cross Creek Ranch, Cross Creek West. We're talking about Jordan Ranch, Western Lakes at the Reserve, Fullbrook on Fulshear Creek, where you've got resort-style pools, miles of trails, fitness centers, parks, natural green space, and neighborhoods that are actually designed around lifestyle, not just houses. Now, here's something a lot of people relocating don't realize. Fulshear and the surrounding Fort Bend County areas are often recognized for strong safety ratings compared to other parts of the Houston metro. And for a lot of out-of-state buyers, that alone puts this area high on their list. Let's talk about schools, because this is a major driver of demand. Depending on where you buy, you could be zoned to Katy ISD or Lamar Consolidated ISD. And here's the key that you need to understand. Homes closer to the Katy side, generally north of FM 1093, often feed into Katy ISD, which is constantly one of the most sought after school districts in the entire Houston area. And because of that, you can literally see price differences and demand shifts just based on which side of the line you're on. Now let's talk about who actually is moving here, because this tells you everything. You're seeing dual income families, corporate professionals, executives, and a lot of relocation buyers. People who want, more space, a better quality of life, and a quieter environment, but still need access to Houston. And that's exactly what Fulshear delivers. Now let's talk about real estate, because this is where things get really interesting. Fulshear gives you a wide range of options, new construction starting in the 400,000s, move-up homes 500 to 700,000, and luxury homes pushing well past $1 million, especially on larger lots or in premium sections of these communities. But here's the part that most people miss. This area is still early. Yes, it's growing fast. Yes, prices have already moved, but the retail, commercial development, and infrastructure are still catching up to the rooftops. And that's exactly where the opportunity is. Because as more retail centers and restaurants and grocery stores and major commercial development continue expanding west, property values tend to follow that growth. So here's the bottom line on Fulshear. It's not just another suburb. This is a lifestyle shift. If you're someone who wants space, peace, master plan living, strong schools, and a long-term upside, Fulshear absolutely needs to be on your radar, because 5 years from now, this area is going to look completely different. Before we jump into the next suburb, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything that there is to know about living in Houston, Texas, go ahead and subscribe below and tap the bell so that you don't miss anything. My name is Travis, and my team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move to Houston. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Houston. Now, Fulshear is your space and lifestyle play. Cypress is your power market. Now let's talk about Cypress for a little bit, because this isn't just one of the fastest growing suburbs in Houston. This is one of the most complete real estate markets in the entire city. And what I mean by that is very simple. Cypress doesn't just give you one lifestyle, it gives you options. Cypress sits about 25 miles northwest of downtown Houston, right along Highway 290 with direct access to the Grand Parkway. So you've got flexibility to commute to the Energy Corridor, downtown, even the Woodlands, while still living in a suburban environment. But here's where Cypress really separates itself. This is not just one community. It's a collection of high-performing communities, each with its own vibe. So for example, if you're someone who wants a more walkable, lifestyle-driven environment with water access, Towne Lake is one of the most unique communities in all of Houston. You've got a massive lake where residents can actually boat, kayak, and pedalboard, plus the boardwalk with restaurants and bars and coffee shops and shopping. So if you want that waterfront, walkable lifestyle, Towne Lake is going to be hard to beat. Now on the flip side, if you're thinking more long-term and you want to be on the path of major future growth and development, that's where Bridgeland comes in. This is one of the most in-demand master plan communities in all of Texas. Miles of trails, lakes, and green space. And this is what takes it to another level. You've got a major development coming into the area in the very near future, including the Toro development anchored by the Houston Texans practice facility. And what comes with that isn't just a name, it's everything that follows it, you know? We're talking about retail and restaurants and entertainment, office spaces, and long-term growth. And here's why that matters. Bridgeland is already one of the top selling master plan communities in the country. So this isn't about creating demand, it's about adding to something that's already working at a very high level. And when you combine a top performing community with income and development and long-term growth, that's where you start to see sustained demand, stronger resale value, and long-term appreciation potential. Now, from a lifestyle standpoint, Bridgeland has a completely different feel compared to Towne Lake. This is more about wide open space, nature, trails, lakes, and a quieter, more spread out environment. So if you want that balance of modern living with a more natural setting, Bridgeland is where a lot of buyers are landing. Now, from a pricing standpoint, homes generally start in the 400s and go all the way up, well past $2 million, depending on the lot and the section. Now, if Bridgeland represents a community that's already proven, Dunham Pointe is the exact opposite stage. This is where you get in early, where everything is still being built out and where a lot of the future growth hasn't fully played out yet. Dunham Pointe is a newer master plan community with just over 1,300 acres and still in the early phases of development. Now here's what really stands out. The retail is coming in early, and it's not small. You've got a major retail village being developed by Trademark, bringing in names like Shake Shack, Amarino Gelato, Milkshake Factory, and a Whole Foods Market anchored concept. And that matters, because when you see that level of retail this early, that tells you that the developers are betting big on future growth. From a housing standpoint, this is primarily a new construction, so you're getting modern layouts, updated designs, and move-in ready homes. Pricing here starts in the mid 300s and can go up well past $2 million depending on the builder lot and the upgrades. Now let's be real about it. It's not fully built out yet. You're going to see construction. You're going to see expansion, and parts of the area are still coming together. But that's the opportunity. You're getting in early before everything is finished and before values fully catch up to the development. So if you're someone who's okay with riding that growth curve and wants to be in an area that is still on the way up, Dunham Pointe is definitely one to watch. So when you step back and look at Cypress as a whole, this is what makes it so powerful. You're not just getting one type of neighborhood, you're getting waterfront living in Town Lake, master plan growth in Bridgeland, early stage opportunity in Dunham Pointe, and that's very rare because most suburbs just gives you one lane. Cypress gives you options. You've got strong schools, multiple price points, ongoing and retail demand behind it. And this isn't a market that's trying to figure stuff out. This market is already performing and still expanding at the same time. So whether you're looking for, a lifestyle, long-term appreciation, or flexibility in how and where you live, Cypress checks a lot of boxes. And that's exactly why it continues to be one of the strongest real estate markets in Houston right now. Now, real quick, this is exactly why I make these videos, because the reality is most people don't find this stuff out until after they've already bought the wrong house. And by then, you're stuck with the wrong commute, the wrong layout, or the wrong lifestyle for what you actually need. And that's not something that's easy to fix. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or moving anywhere in the Houston area, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because honestly, that's one of the smartest first steps that you can take. My subscribers are going to get my in-depth neighborhood breakdowns, real estate market insights most agents don't talk about, and actual home tours across Houston at different price points. So whether you're planning to move for 30 days from now, 90 days from now, or even a year out, this channel is built to help you make a much smarter decision. And like I always say, we get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move here to Houston, and we just absolutely love it. So look, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, send us a text, or schedule time with us, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Houston. All right, let's get back into it. Now let's talk about Conroe, because this is one of those areas that a lot of people overlook at first. But once they actually dig into it, it starts to make a lot more sense. Conroe has been one of the fastest growing cities in Texas for several years now, regularly ranking near the top for population growth. And that's not random. There's a reason that so many people are moving here. It comes down to one word: affordability. Compared to what a lot of the other parts of the Houston area, you can still get more house, more space, and newer construction for a lower price point. We're talking about, brand new homes, larger lots, larger floor plans without paying the Woodlands price. Now, the median home price in Conroe typically sits in the 300s, which makes it one of the more accessible entry points into the Houston market. But don't confuse that with cheap, because this is where a lot of people get it wrong. There's real development happening here. You've got, brand new communities popping up like Artavia and Grand Central Park, bringing in retail, restaurants, parks, trails, and creating a true live, work, play environment. And here's what a lot of people don't really realize. Conroe is directly tied to the growth of the Woodlands, which means you're right next to major healthcare systems, corporate campuses, energy companies, and growing job hubs. Major employers just south of Conroe include ExxonMobil and Chevron Phillips Chemical. And that continued growth in the Woodlands in spring is pushing demand further north into Conroe. And then you add in something else that matters: lifestyle. You're minutes from Lake Conroe, boating, fishing, waterfront dining, plus quick access to shopping, medical entertainment in the Woodlands. So you're not sacrificing convenience, you're just getting it at a better price point. Now, here's the trade-off, the commute. If you're working in downtown Houston, or let's say the Energy Corridor, you're going to feel that drive. But if your job is in North Houston, the Woodlands, or Spring, this location makes a lot of sense. So here's the bottom line on Conroe. If you're looking for affordability, new construction, more space, and long-term growth potential without completely disconnecting from Houston, Conroe is one of the strongest value plays in the entire metro right now. If Conroe is your value and affordability play, Tomball is where things start to feel a little bit more balanced. This is one of the most balanced, well-rounded markets in the Houston area right now, because you know what? It gives you growth, affordability, and stability all in one place. Now, geographically, Tomball sits just northwest of Houston with strong access to Highway 249, the Grand Parkway, and the broader Cypress and Northwest Houston areas. So you're in a location that still feels very convenient without being pushed too far out. And that's a big deal for a lot of buyers, because you get more space, but you don't take on the same commute you might see further north. Now let's talk about who's moving here, because this tells you everything. You're seeing first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, and families who are going to be looking for good schools, a suburban feel, and more breathing room without sacrificing access to the city. And this is where Tomball really separates itself. It has a different kind of vibe to it, you know. You've got a historic downtown area, you've got local shops, restaurants, and community events, and more of that small town character. And that's getting harder to find in a lot of Houston suburbs. At the same time, you're not giving up newer development. There are still communities being built out around Tomball, so you're getting a mix of established neighborhoods and newer construction, which gives buyers flexibility depending on what they want. Now let's talk about the numbers, because this is where Tomball really hits that sweet spot. Most homes here are going to fall in the 300s to 600s, with some newer builds and larger homes pushing higher depending on the location. So you're still in an accessible price range, but you're not sacrificing quality or location to get there. Now, when it comes down to the growth, Tomball is not trying to be the fastest growing suburb. It's very, very steady. It's very consistent, and that's actually what makes it attractive. Because what you're seeing right now is new communities coming in, retail continuing to expand here, the infrastructure is improving, all at a pace that supports long-term value without feeling overbuilt or rushed. And that matters, because not every buyer wants to live in the middle of constant construction. So here's the bottom line on Tomball. If you're looking for a strong location, solid schools, a mix of old and new, and a market that's growing without being overhyped, Tomball is one of the most well-rounded options in the Houston area right now. Now, Tomball is all about balance. This next area is where everything is going to scale up, because we're not just talking about Katy, we're talking about Katy and West Houston together. And that combination is what makes this one of the most powerful real estate markets in the entire Houston area. Now let's talk about what's really happening here, because the biggest mistake that most people are making is looking at old Katy and thinking that's where the opportunity is. The growth has definitely shifted. It's no longer centered around the original Katy area. The real momentum is happening west of the Grand Parkway. Right now, the expansion is happening in communities like Elyson, Sunterra, Firethorne, Young Ranch, and now the new community Grange. All of these are part of that next wave moving west. Let's start with Elyson, because this is one of the top selling master plan communities in the country, and it's still growing. You've got new construction starting in the mid 300s, moving well into the 500 to 600s, and even pushing past $1 million depending on the section. Builders are still active, new phases are opening, and there are thousands of homes still being planned. But here's what really matters. The commercial development is catching up. You've got Elyson Town Center coming in right off the Grand Parkway, bringing in retail, restaurants, office space, everyday services. And this is the signal that you want to watch, because when retail starts following rooftops, that's when an area locks in long-term value. Now, Elyson is already proving itself. Grange is the next phase. This is the early stage development, which means builders are going to be active, inventory is still coming online, and pricing hasn't fully peaked yet. And that's where the opportunity is. Grange is being built with the same master plan approach that you're seeing in places like Elyson and Bridgeland, with parks, trails, community spaces, and future amenities. But here's the difference. You're getting in before the full retail build-out. And historically, that's where a lot of appreciation happens. Now let's zoom out for a minute, because Katy doesn't win on its own. It's winning because of what it sits right next to, which is West Houston. You're talking about the energy corridor, major corporate campuses, healthcare systems, engineering firms, oil and gas companies, and that's what drives everything. Because people aren't just buying houses out here, they're buying access to the jobs. And with direct access to I-10, the Grand Parkway, you can realistically commute to the energy corridor, West Houston, downtown, without completely sacrificing your lifestyle. Now, here's what's happening right now. As rooftops continue pushing west, retail is following. What you're seeing right now are brand new grocery stores coming in, retail centers and expanding along 99. You're seeing restaurants and services continuing to move outward, and it follows the same simple pattern every time. Rooftops, retail, jobs, appreciation. Katy has already proven this cycle works, and it's repeating itself further west. You've still got access to the Katy Independent School District, which continues to drive, the demand, home values, and buyer competition. Now let's talk numbers, because this is one of the few areas where you can scale up with your budget. Your entry level is going to be between the 300 to 400s. Your move up is going to be 500s to the 700s, and your luxury homes are going to be anywhere from 800,000 to 3 million, especially in areas like Firethorne, Cinco Ranch, and custom homes on larger lots. So here's how to think about it. Fulshear equals early growth, Cypress, lifestyle and development, Katy and West Houston equals the jobs, the infrastructure, improving demand. Katy isn't slowing down, and West Houston isn't either. They're growing together. And the smartest buyers right now aren't just looking at what's already built. They're paying attention to where the growth is going next. And right now, that's West Katy. Now let's break this all down, because at the end of the day, each of these areas wins for a different reason. If you're looking for pure growth potential, Fulshear is leading the way. If you want lifestyle, strong demand, and a long-term development, Cypress is going to be your play. If you're focused on affordability and getting more for your money, Conroe stands out. If you want something more balanced, steady, and well-rounded, Tomball makes a lot of sense. And if you're looking for something that's already proven with strong job access, infrastructure, and continued expansion, Katy and West Houston deliver. Now, the key is this: there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The best area for you comes down to your priorities like price, commute, lifestyle, and long-term goals. So the question isn't which suburb is the best, it's which one of these fits you best. Now, if you already own a home in one of these areas, you need to pay attention, because growth like this creates a ripple effect. And here's what most people don't realize. Two homes in the same general area can perform very differently. Some neighborhoods are seeing strong appreciation, while others right down the road barely move. And you know what? The difference really comes down to three things: location, timing, and development. Now let's break that down for just a second. If your home is positioned near new infrastructure, retail expansion, strong school zones, or major job corridors, you're more likely to benefit from that growth. But if you're outside of those paths, you may not see the same level of appreciation. And here's the other piece most homeowners overlook is going to be the condition of your home. Even within the same neighborhood, updated and well-maintained homes always almost outperform ones that aren't. We're talking about things like modern kitchens, updated flooring, fresh paint, clean and well-kept interiors, because today's buyers, they don't just care about location anymore. They care about how move-in ready the home feels. And that directly impacts how fast your home is going to sell, how much it's going to sell for, and how competitive your offers are going to be. Now layer that in with timing, because buying too early in an area that hasn't proven itself can slow down your return. But waiting too long after everything is already built out means you may have missed the strongest part of that growth curve. So the goal isn't just to buy a home, it's to buy in the right location, at the right time, and in the right condition, because that's what ultimately drives long-term value. Houston isn't just growing, it's expanding in every direction, and these suburbs are leading that growth. So whether you're buying, selling, or investing, this is the time to really understand what's happening in this market. Now, if you're trying to figure all of this stuff out, where you should actually be, and you don't want to make the mistake of ending up in the wrong area, that's exactly what we help people with every single day. Again, my name is Travis, and my team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move here to Houston. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Houston. And if you want to know which is Houston's best area, north, east, south, or west, make sure you check out this video right here. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.